Welcome to the video series on my 1989 BMW E30. In this video I'll be showing you how I changed the master cylinder in my car. The signs of a worn out master cylinder is if your clutch pedal is feeling loose and spongy, or if you leak a brake fluid, which was the case for me. Changing the master cylinder is not that difficult. I believe the hardest part is the brake fluid flush at the end, and even that's not really hard, it's just time consuming more than anything. We're going to start in the engine bay. This is the clutch fluid reservoir. What you want to do is get rid of all the brake fluid that's in here. I didn't use any special tools or anything like that. Literally, I just used tissue paper, put in there, soak the fluid up. You want to be very careful when you're removing this fluid. It will eat away at your paint if you drop it on there. So just take your time and do it slowly. As you can see, the bottom of my reservoir is very dirty. There's a lot of dirt in there. If yours looks anything like this, I recommend you clean it up before you proceed any further. Once that is done, you want to loosen this Jubilee clip here holding the reservoir to the bracket. After that, there's this pipe here which you want to remove. It does take some force, but eventually it will come off. Moving on the firewall, you'll find this. The silver part is part of the master cylinder. It's attached to this pipe. What you want to do is remove that nut. Before you do remove the nut, put some tissues down or a rag below the pipe, because there is a lot of brake fluid, and once you remove the nut, the brake fluid just spill everywhere. Once you have done that, we're going to be moving on to the inside of the car. Here is the pedals, and the silver thing in the middle of the screen right now is the master cylinder. It's attached at the top here with a nut and a bolt, and there are a further two bolts which I will circle now, which are located behind the master cylinder. Space here is not the best, so I recommend using a 1/4 inch ratchet. Once you have removed these three nuts, and you have removed the hose from the reservoir and the nut from behind the firewall, the whole thing should just be able to pull through. There will still be some brake fluid in the system, and as you can see in my case, it went everywhere. So try to be careful when you do this. What you're going to do next is remove this blue hose from the assembly. It will take a lot of force, and I use the screwdriver to help me pry mine off. Next, you want to remove this black 45-degree pipe from the master cylinder. It's very easy to damage, so be careful and take your time. Now we can begin the reassembly. I used the new brake hose. This is the part number on the screen now. On the screen now is my brand new master cylinder. As you can see, I have attached the black 45-degree pipe and the brand new hose, and now it's ready to be installed back onto the car. Reinstallation is a bit tricky. What you want to do is push the master cylinder out of the lower grommet and the hose out of the top grommet. It is a bit tricky to hold it there while you're attaching the bolts. I attached the nut and the bolt first before I done the two small ones behind the master cylinder. Once you have done this, the installation on the inside of the car is pretty much complete. Under the bonnet on the firewall, reinstall this nut to the master cylinder and the clutch line. Then you're going to want to reattach the hose back to the clutch fluid reservoir and reattach the fluid reservoir back to the mounting bracket using the Jubilee clip. Last but not least, the final step in the installation is to fill the reservoir up and bleed the whole system. The method I used was to first allow the system to gravity bleed itself, and then after this was done, to use the one-man bleed system. Chris Fix has an excellent video on how to do this, and I'll put his link in the description below for you to check out. Please let me know in the comments of what you want to see me do next, and I will try to get around to it. Thank you for watching. Bye.